Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back with me. Okay, let me just turn on the IG Live. Okay, it's on. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, with me, Chris E. I just realized that I put the wrong title in the post for the Instagram. The milestone number 3 is actually the themes. So I yeah, So apologies for that. So today is actually milestone number 3 of which is the themes. And let me change also not the topics. Hang on, let me check. Yeah, there you go. And this one is this. And done. Let me check. Go and yes. Okay. So the theme. So my let's discuss right now about the milestone number 3, which is the framework, the third framework that we need to actually create. Now in life, whether it's actually in business, in life, we need to have people around us, because if you want to move forward, if you want to grow, you cannot do it on your own. You can only grow to a certain stage, but if you want to maximize your potential, maximize and grow beyond what you can do on your own, you need people surrounding you. So this is where framework number 3 is actually uh, important. So whenever you want to grow, we need to grow together, because there is a saying that men sharpen each other. So iron sharpen iron, right? And uh men create, growing together. So this is why creating a good team is actually important in creating your business, in developing or uh, growing yourself, growing your personality, growing your individuals to actually to a certain extent. So this is why you need to understand who actually those that you allow to actually get involved in your life. Now, so this idea of having people surrounding you, having teams surrounding you, it's it's a no-brainer, it's a common sense, because we as a human being is actually a social being. So as a social being, we hello Danny, how are you? Hopefully you can enjoy this. So this is actually the framework number 3 of my program, the Entrepreneur's Roadmap, that I teach to my VIP client. A framework that we need to actually create a successful, sustainable, profitable business life. You know, because these lessons, these frameworks is actually applicable in as an individual, whether it's actually in family, in business, whether you want to do business or not, right? So the third framework is actually teams or people. So you need to know the importance of having the right people surrounding your life. You cannot just have people surrounding you. If you want to grow together, you want to grow to a level that you haven't think you haven't known before. You need to surround yourself with people, and the people should be the right people. And this is where in business, surrounding yourself or creating the good team is actually important also. So that's why it's it seems like it's a no brainer, but we don't tend to actually take this as an important one. A lot of a lot of business people, you know a lot of people out there, they don't really filter their friends. They don't really know, they don't really care. They just, okay, because you live, you are raised in a family, you are raised in a, you were going to a certain school, and that's your friends, and you don't filter people that actually can influence yourself. Because the more you spend time with people, the more you give your life to someone, like by sharing your life, spending time, focusing your, having your time spending together, it will shape your characters, it will shape your life, it will shape your business. So it's important for us to understand that it is important for us to know what kind of people that we need in our lives, and what kind of people that we need in our teams, in our business. And knowing this, now coming back to the strategy before, right? Knowing yourself comes first. Knowing yourself is the first thing that we need to do. We need to know first what kind of personality that we have, and what kind of people that we need in our lives that will actually complement us. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't actually make friends with anyone, or you just make friends with a certain people. No, it's not. But what I'm trying to say here is you need to actually very picky, if I can say, right? Very choosy in choosing those that will become your inner circle, because those inner circle will be the one that actually shape your life in a in a bigger impacts, a bigger effect in your life. Your everyday friend, like you met them in school, they are not necessarily will be the one impacting your life. They can, if they can have still an impact in your life, but it's not as big as those that you allow them to be your inner circles. So this is why it's important for us to understand that in life and in business it's the same. You need to know that we cannot allow just anybody to actually come into the inner circle. So that's what I've learned so far in about this. So that's just the background of why it is actually important on this. Because by this, we know that the problem with building teams, or having, your building your inner circle, requires certain criteria that you need to build up, and requires a leadership skills. And in business, in life, when you actually want to actually, for example, like family, right? If you want to have build a family, then you need to know the other person, your wife, your spouse, the one that will be your spouse. Same thing in business. for you to start growing your team, where you start the business is only you, and now you start to have someone else's joining the team. You need to understand where we are together as a team, because not everyone is actually have the same purpose. If we are not aligned, we will definitely be parted ways. If we are not aligned in visions, we are not aligned in values, we will not be walking together. Because there is a saying, how can two people walk together if they are not in agreement? So agreement in this sense is, having the same vision, having the same values. If they don't have the same values or belief system, you will not be able to actually walk together in unison. At some point, there, the path will be different. But if we want to work as a team, we need to make sure that the values and vision is actually aligned, sync, at least, parallel, or you guys, or we know that we can actually, support each other to actually achieve the visions. And and by building the teams or building the people around you to actually become your inner circle, or to become your closest, or closest teams, then you need to understand where is your leadership skills right now, or levels. So you need to improve your leadership levels. But before we can improve our leadership levels, we need to understand you know where are we, on what level are we actually on. And this is why it's like the last time, uh when I talk about the, knowing your personality, right, as a strategy. That's part of knowing yourself, and part of knowing yourself is knowing what kind of personality you are. And then after that, by knowing your personality, you need to know, your leadership levels. Because as I said in one of my videos, uh I think, let me check. I Yeah, episodes, I think episodes number, yeah, okay, actually on the 5th of May. It's from John C. Maxwell, right? It's a teaching from John C. Maxwell, where it says it's a law of the lead. Law of the lead talks about, law of the lead talks about level of leadership in life, in family, in business, of which your level of leadership will not will determine how effective you are in leading, in managing your teams, in leading your teams. So your level of leadership will determine what kind of levels of leaders underneath you. If you hire someone with a higher leadership levels, that someone will actually break out, because that someone having a higher level of leadership will not be able to actually uh, hold themselves in in a lower levels, because it means he that person is actually being cramped down, like being pushed down. Because your level as a leaders in a team, or in a business, in family, you know your level is holding them back, because their level is actually up here, but then because your level is actually lower, when they actually work, it will then hit, and you will always have a clash, arguments, and things like that. Now, in saying that, once you know your leadership levels, you need to always have the intention to actually grow your leadership levels. Because if not, then you will not be able to actually grow your teams. You will not be able to actually grow your people. Because if you grow your people, at some point, if they have achieved a certain level, they will go away somewhere else where they can grow it even further. So this is why it's actually important for us as a leader to always keep improving ourselves, to always keep building up, you know, uh, building up ourselves even further, because we cannot hold ourselves back. Because there is also another saying that if we don't grow, we are dying. So that shows the importance of this, that we need to always grow, because growing starts with ourselves. We cannot expect people to grow if we don't grow ourselves. We need to show them that we are growing, and we want to actually help them to actually grow together. So yeah, so this is actually the important things. So now, in building the business team now, if I took the framework in the context of network marketing business, we need to be able to see, or at least assess, every members that are actually joining in our teams, because not everyone have the same level of leadership, have the same levels of involvements or motivations, or the intention for them to actually join the business is actually different. Some of them just like the products and just want to become a just become a consumers. That's fine. That's their level of leadership, level that they want to actually involve in the business in whatever capacity that they want to actually involve in. We should be grateful, we should accept them as they are, and we should, you know, serve them always, and encourage them to actually grow in the business. If they start as a consumer, we we need to at least share with them that there are opportunity for them to actually grow, there are pathways for them to actually grow from just a consumer. And that's where I like it in the network marketing business, in the network marketing industry, that we are actually always educating people. Now, to say that every member will actually become your leaders, no, they will not. I have to say they will not. But this is where we need to understand it's business. We need to keep looking for leaders and building up leaders. But we cannot ignore those who wants to be involved in the lowest level of involvement in the network marketing industry, of which they just become a consumer. So this is where we need to understand, we need to have the wisdom also to actually look at and know that this is business, and in business we need consumers. And whether we want to, we want them to become a business, a business practitioner also in network marketing, they will not all of them will do that, or at least not all of them will do it straight away. Sometimes it will take time for them to understand that there are pathways, that there are, you know there are, if I can say, upgrades. But I think pathway is actually the best way to actually uh, explain it here. So there are pathways in network marketing industry. The problem is a lot of people, when we actually share it with someone, we share it with business opportunity all the time, and then we expect them, when they join because of the business opportunity, they join straight away because of the business, and thus they become a business owner. They don't. Unfortunately, this is the misconception. We bombarded people with business opportunity, but we never educate them about the truth that in business requires effort. In business requires a lot of different skills that we need to actually learn. Yes, the concept of network marketing is simple, where we just share with people, share the business opportunity, but doing it is not as simple as it looks. So we just need to understand this, and this is where the milestone is actually important. Building yourself, creating the correct expectation of members, of people joining, and creating the right framework for everyone that join, whether they want to become a consumer or whether they want to do the business. What requirements, what require what are required of them to actually do this. Because to become a consumer, the requirement is different than if you really want to become a business practitioner in network marketing industry. But if you want to actually get involved deep, even with the business, becoming a business practitioner, that's also depends on how committed, how what level of commitment that you're going to put in. A lot of people have the dreams, right? We put in the business opportunity the idea that you can make a lot of money in network marketing industry, and I really believe that. And I'm really an advocate of this. As a business accountant, as a business coaching, I always recommend people to look at network marketing industry if they don't have any idea on what to do, because this is actually the simplest opportunity out there that give them the fair opportunity for them to actually build a business, and sometimes with very low startup, you know very low capitals required. But a lot of people misunderstand because of the idea or the hype or the promotion that lots of money, we can make the opportunity of having a lot of income coming from the business as a passive income, for example. The idea of that blinded a lot of people joining in business because they have the expectation, or they don't have the right framework or the right expectation of what kind of network marketing industry is. And this is where a lot of people disappointed. And this is where we as a leader, as a professional network marketer, we need to set the standard higher. We need to actually educate them. Yes, we can do business opportunity. We can, it's nothing wrong in doing business opportunity preview or presentations. But we need to set the standard higher, in the sense of we need to give them the right perspective that this is a business, and in business requires effort. You can start as a part-timer, you can start as a casual if you want to. So it's like working also, like working as an employee. You can be called casual, of which you can work whenever you feel like it. You can put your availability and they give you the work. Or you can be a part-timer. Part-timer means it's a fixed hours, but it's not a full-time. Or the other one is you can be a full-timer. So there are Even in the working environment, there are three levels of commitment. Three levels of commitment that you can do. And this is the expectation that we need to actually put to people also. With every expectation, with every levels of commitment, there are different requirements and there are different, you know, different expectation of the result that you will have. If you're just casual in the sense of doing the business, sharing it just casually, you will not build the business as fast as if you're doing it part-time. And people who build the business part-time will not have the same result with those who actually doing it full-time. But the problem is having the commitment levels also affected by different factors, because we cannot expect everyone to come on board as a full-timer in network marketing industry. It's just that's just really just, having a daydream. It's just a daydreaming. If we're expecting everyone to do it full time straight away, that's just daydreaming. But if you're expecting people to just do, to do only part time also, that's also wrong. Because there are people who will do it casually, who are people, because of life cannot do it. But we need to set the expectation right from people. You choose. If you want to do, if you want to have the result, you have to see your life completely. And because of the system, right? Not the system, the strategy that we discussed before, the framework number 2, right? We discussed about knowing your break even point. What is your life? What is your life numbers? If you know your life numbers, then it will determine your commitment in the business, commitment level in the business. If you don't have money, starting in starting the network marketing business with nothing, and you have no work, it's most of the time 99% you will fail unless you're a good salesperson. You can then sell. See, this is where wrong expectation also by the leaders, by the people who actually joining people, you know and then people get disappointed and blame that network marketing is actually a scam, or blame that the business is hard. Who said business is actually easy? Simple concept, yes, simple, but it's never easy. And thus we need to understand this. And by becoming a better leaders in the team, even if you're only one and the rest of the members just consumers, you are a leaders. You are a leader who leads consumers. It means you are having your business of selling at the moment in the network marketing industry. So the pathway is to grow and find from the consumer people who wants to upgrade themselves to follow the pathways to become from consumer to become a business owner, or business practitioner. Now, in business practitioner itself, you need to actually guide them. There are different pathways. There are different commitment levels. And to understand the commitment levels depends on how their life or their situation, because we cannot force people to actually follow the same footstep as us, because everyone's story is actually different. But what we need is the alignment of the stories with each other. the relation between us and the members and the leaders that we're building. That's what we need to build on. Everyone is different. Everyone's story will be different. This is my story in my building my in me building my business, in me building my network marketing business, on top of building my, building my accountancy practice, business consulting. So this is why leadership skills is important, and why we need to understand ourselves better. And by understanding ourselves better, of which I believe I discussed about the test of what I call the talent dynamics, personality test by Roger Hamilton. I love the talent dynamics and wealth dynamics personality test because these tests really focuses on activity, on flow. And meaning by flow is activities that we are most most likely uh, natural with, which is the path of least resistance. So knowing that, and then how we can then lead with our strongest strength, right? With our strength rather than, focusing on our weaknesses is actually then important in here, because that's when, this is where it's actually important. So us for us to actually find then people who will then complement us, and thus creating our organization charts. In the network marketing industry, our organization chart probably already set up somewhere, but we need to actually set up also the organization charts in the sense of people with roles in our organization. Whether we like it or not, we need to understand that everyone is all, for their own business in network marketing industry. But it doesn't mean that everyone is actually on their own. We need to know that we are one together. Me as the business upline partner for my members underneath me doesn't mean that I'm actually above them. I may be the leaders, but someone underneath me can be can have a higher leadership levels, and that can be the leaders of the of the organization of our business. So we have to get rid of the idea just because I'm the business upline partner, I will be the top leaders in the business. No, I'm not. So this is why the talent dynamics is actually very, very useful and very, very much amazing in that sense, for having the common sense for us to actually build a a good and performing teams. Your orgs your orgs structure, although you have your own structure lineage in the network marketing industry, you should have created a work together, or what I call a joint venture, with all your members underneath, with all your leaders underneath you. Like in my network marketing industry, I this is there the network marketing company uses the binary system, of which I'm focusing on two groups, which is my left group and my right groups. But I need to create joint ventures with my leaders underneath me in both groups, for me to actually be able to actually grow and advance further. If I cannot create a good synergy or good joint ventures with my leaders underneath me, I will not be able to actually move forward. I will not be able to actually advance my career, advance my business, my network marketing business. And thus, this is where, whether we like it or not, in network marketing industry, there is what I call invisible org. And this is where we have to actually do and create, where we need to support each other. We need to actually be able to actually align ourselves with members underneath us, members, upline members, business upline partners. So we need to be able to look at that as your teams. Your upline, business upline partners can be your advisor, can be your coach, can be your information giver, or many roles. And that's why in organization structures, you need to have roles description. So I'm trying to actually create this now in the sense of what is my network marketing organization is gonna looks like. Because whether I like it or not, I cannot do everything on my own. And this is where Wealth Dynamics personality show you that you have a certain natural skills or natural characteristics that you that will enable you to do a certain activity without too much energy. And that's what they call flow. So thus, I know that I'm not the best person in every role. I will be good in certain roles, and I will be best in one or two roles, but I will not be able to actually do everything. That's why I need to create good synergy or relationship or joint venture with my members underneath me, or members that I bring in my groups, or business upline partners those are above me also. So I need to create those good relationship, those joint partners with partners underneath me and above me in the network marketing lineage. So, and the roles is also important. We need to actually have those roles written down. We need to understand the distinction of each roles. For example, someone who can talk, someone that will be able to actually present, might not be the best person to actually provide data or to do research on things. So thus you will need people who actually love doing that. And also people who loves following up people. And thus this is where we have to come together as a team. As in network marketing industry, this is where we have to understand that we need to get rid of the mindset that you're not on my team, thus I will not help you. You're not on my main line, so I will not help you. And that's why I love the motto, one of the motto of my network marketing company, that says serve in humility. What does it mean? But in serving with humility, does it mean serving in humility only for your groups, only for those in your membership? No, it doesn't. And this is why it's important for us to understand that Serving in humility means serving in humility for everyone with integrity and loyalty and honesty. A lot of people afraid of doing this. A lot of people making it hard for cross lines to work together. For me, I think that's the wrong mindset. I'm not saying that bad things will not happen. And thus that's why it's important for us to understand building the teams correctly. I'm not saying that you will not be heard by other people outside your teams. You will not have your members poached by someone else. I'm not saying that. But if we do it right, we have the right heart. Everyone is doing that. Everyone have the same values, right? Then everything should be okay. There shouldn't be any restriction in cross-lining activity. Working together with your cross-line, with people that are not in your groups. Of course, you have to focus on your groups because that's your business. But but working together with people, with other leaders, is something that we have to look up to. Something that we have to uphold the standards. We have to improve the standards. In the past, yes, there are lots of bad things happen. That's why there is a rule of no cross-lining. It means there is no business interaction or activity, with members outside your group. But I really believe that shouldn't be the case. It will happen anyway. Bad things will happen anyway outside. We know that for sure. It's a historic fact. And in business, it's also like that. Another company poach employees from one company to another company. What's the difference here? No difference. We are in business. And if we lose members, if we lose a leaders because someone else's, then we just have to, for me, yeah, you just have to understand that there are things that aren't work out. Either your level of leadership lead is actually holding the leaders down, or they just ungrateful or things like that, right? What we don't know, don't judge. All we can we all I'm trying to see and think is, how can then I improve myself? Is it something that I do, I did, that I can improve myself and keep building up people? And this is why the role description is important. And also, when I say teams, partners in your membership, in your membership downline, that's your internal teams, because that's part of uh your groups. So it means you have a direct interest in their growing. But those who are actually in your upline business, that should be listed as what we call not an external, but an advisor. It's in external in the case that what your upline business partner do might not affect you directly. And most of the time, you should have the mentality that if your business upline partner never actually help you, and it's okay. You just need to keep drilling up until you find an upline partner that are who is willing to actually work together with you. Respect those who doesn't want to work with you. It's just plain and simple in business. It means we're not aligned. It means we're not on the same energy level or frequency. So thus, why push something that you know that at the end of the day it will not last? And your external business teams in this case can be your cross line. I have my wonderful experience when I started my Instagram live, of which I joined someone else's Instagram live together and working together there, sharing knowledge, educating members. And that Instagram live group is not even mine. And that person who started the Instagram live is not even my group, not even my partners, upline partners group. But I enjoy myself sharing the life together, sharing the education together, building up, learning together from each other and complementing each other. So I am glad in that sense. I have many testimonial, a positive testimony that I can have and I can share with you guys, so that you guys don't be afraid of finding partners, in the sense of for joint venture activities together, to build up together. As long as there is an understanding, a clear understanding, a clear agreement between each other, fine. I don't see that as an issue. And I think that should be actually encouraged. I'm glad one of the evidence of this, like teams, right? Involving many different groups, not the same group, is one of my business partner, upline partners. I like, I love it. I love I love it, the idea that working together, even though it's not the same group, but working together for the same visions, for the same values and mission, while benefiting each other with integrity and with integrity, with honesty. Although it's not perfect, I'm not saying that it's actually perfect, but it's it should be practiced even more. I'm sad that a lot of leaders have a very short sight visions when building their teams, have a very short, a very very short mindset. For me, if I can add value, or I can see someone grow even further because of what I share, of what because of my involvement in their lives, that's actually a great joy for me. And I take every lessons, every chance, every opportunity to actually share, to actually help people, even if they are not in my group. And I take these chances as a progress, or as a training for me to actually learn to serve everyone with humility. And I guess at some point, that's my vision or my target, my goal, to open my own education center. Because by becoming an education center, the goal is not to make money of that 6% in my network marketing business, right? Or to get the commission of the education center or the training center or whatever it is in your network marketing industry is. But in my network marketing company, the education center or the training center is, or the stockist, yeah, some called stockists, but we are in my network marketing company, it's called education center. And the idea and the real purpose, the real value of education center is really serving every member that comes your way without holding back, without anything of gain. And only then, if I can build up that, if I can train myself that, that's the best way to actually move forward and build up your teams. So this is where, once again, we're almost the end of the session. The framework number 3, the milestone, the third milestone, the third framework is the importance of having created, crafting your teams, because it requires skills to know and to choose the right people. And yes, it's chosen. You have to choose the right people. And in my network marketing industry, in my network marketing company, I need those two on the left and two on the right for me to advance further. But I'm having my goal to have 6 and 6. I have my own reason on why is that. So at the end of the day, have I found all the 6? No. But I'm finding it one leaders at a time. I'm grateful right now. I have about three people right now that are leaders that I'm actually building up and growing. Two definite. So yes, let's grow together. Let's find that one person, one leaders. But while finding the leaders, growing the leaders, keep building the consumers. And that's how the business flows. Maintaining your consumers, maintaining your members will create your short-term income. And that's your team also. Your consumer is your teams also in the network marketing industry. Don't get disappointed if they don't want to actually do the business. If they're happy with the products, they're happy with buying again and over again, it's beneficial for each other. There is nothing wrong with that. And if someone move forward, upgrade themselves to the next path in the business, be grateful for that and serve them with humility to actually grow them, to grow them to become the better leaders in their business. So I hope you all are blessed with this message today. I'm sharing about the third framework. Creating your teams is not as simple as it looks to be, especially in network marketing industry. And a lot of people have this misconception everywhere that everyone should do network marketing industry and become everyone becomes a leader. They don't. So my name is Chris E. I'm from Sydney, Australia. Thank you for having given me the chance. Thank you. Thank you, Padeni. Yes, for giving me the chance to share with you the importance of building your teams. Have a good night. Bye bye.